welcome one and all to your Kingsport Chamber Zone, the show that's all about your Kingsport area Chamber of Commerce in this great community of Kingsport. She's my good friend and co-host, Laura Still, who is an exceptional attorney, an exceptional co-host as well, with the law firm of Hunter Smith & Davis.
I see the New Year's resolution is sticking a little bit longer this year than it normally does. Thank you so much.
Only when we're on camera.
Well, that's really the only time that counts. He's my good friend, co-host, and exceptional PR person with the Kingsport Chamber of Commerce, Bob Fegans. Bob, we're coming today from one of Kingsport's most popular and most visited attractions, and yet the first Kingsport Chamber Zone taping from this location.
That's right. It's a little hard to tell where we are. It's the first time we've ever been here.
Have you figured it out yet?
I still don't know. Tell us.
We're at Bays Mountain Park and Planetarium.
That's right, and it's hard to believe. For 5.5 years, we've taken Kingsport Chamber Zone, but have never been up here to this great Kingsport landmark and this great Kingsport treasure. But we are here today. We're actually inside the planetarium right now, but we finally have reached for the stars and made it up to the mountain here at Bays Mountain.
Get it?
For a number of good reasons.
That's right. As many of you all know, Bays Mountain Park and Planetarium is certainly a great jewel of Kingsport, and we'll no longer consider it the hidden jewel of Kingsport because it does welcome over 150,000 visitors every year to this 3,500-acre park. It has over 36 miles of hiking and biking trails, wonderful nature preserves here, and it really kind of goes without saying, but let me say it anyway, this fantastic and state-of-the-art planetarium.
That's right. Bays Mountain officials in the city of Kingsport, they're all abuzz and they're all very excited at the launch of this new $1.3 million planetarium.
That's almost as much as our taping budget.
That's right, or at least your salary for your show here, right? It's so state-of-the-art, in fact, that it's the only one of its kind in the world, and it's right here in Kingsport. It features a fiber optic star projection system and a full dome video system. It's got world-class surround sound. It's got world-class video. It's got all new seating. It's got all new lighting. It's world-class lighting system. It's even got new carpets. Even got that new carpet smell in here.
It does. It does.
Everything at the new Bays Mountain Planetarium is very impressive, very state-of-the-art, and you will be impressed by it as well. We're going to have a sneak peek of this very impressive planetarium with its director in just a few minutes.
This is as exciting as when we go on a restaurant shoot and we get to eat the food at the end of the show.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just...
We're going to get to have a little show of our own here.
I just can't wait. Speaking of Bays Mountain Park, there are so many great things going on here at the park. Special events that are happening, nature walks that you can go on, great programming that the park offers to you throughout the entire year. It's not just during the summer months. We're going to have Rob Cole with the Bays Mountain Park Association on this show to tell us all about the wonderful things that are going on here at the park.
And while we're at Bays Mountain, what a better time to talk about our environment. Your Kingsport Chamber's Keep Kingsport Beautiful program is always looking for ways to protect and preserve our beautiful natural resources, and an event that's coming up, the East Tennessee Environmental Conference, has that for its very mission. We'll talk with Jan Compton, who's with the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation, who will talk about that event and the many ways in which you can go green.
As we like to say, we have a jam-packed show for you today, but before we get to all of these wonderful features, we need to highlight what's happening in the Kingsport community. So let's roll with your latest Kingsport Chamber news and highlights.
We are now pleased to be joined by our host for today's Kingsport Chamber Zone, and he's the gentleman who many are calling the man of the hour here at Bays Mountain, and also perhaps the most excited individual in all of Kingsport, and that's largely because
he's on the Kingsport Chamber Zone.
He's on the Kingsport Chamber Zone, 1, and 2, he has a new $1.3 million toy he gets to play with every day.
Yeah,
that's
that has something to do with it,
That little thing, that little projector we're going to show you here in just a minute. Adam Thans is the planetarium director here at Bays Mountain. Adam, thanks for hosting your Kingsport Chamber Zone today and for giving us this special sneak peek into this very new and impressive planetarium here at Bays Mountain. First of all, talk a little bit about the overall renovation and what you've done here with the planetarium.
Okay, the planetarium project has been going on for actually many years to get the funding and the planning. about a year ago, beginning of March of last year, we closed our doors and went through a major renovation. We gutted everything. Any people who have ever been to the planetarium before will not recognize it because all the references that you recognize are all gone. The theater is a way to not only replace aging equipment, but also to get state-of-the-art level. This is one of the finest planetariums of this size, possibly in the world. We're very excited about this. We've done a lot of the work ourselves to maximize our city dollars to do this project and to put all the money into the equipment itself and to make it a great experience for people to visit and also the school children that visit as well with all the school programs. The theater has a lot of new technologies. If you've never been in a modern planetarium theater, you have never seen anything like this before. It is going to be a really exciting time. It has the heart of the theater is the star projector itself. It is a fiber optic technology instrument. It's an optical star projector from Zeiss, which is from Germany. The star projector is capable of producing tiny pinpoint star images on our dome projection screen, making it a very realistic nighttime sky for us to use for either for education or instruction or even just entertainment, just to enjoy the night sky if you can't go out and see it for yourself if it's cloudy or something like that. But part of that is also a digital projection system that allows us to produce any kind of visuals that we want up on the dome, anywhere we want, even what we call full dome video technology. And it basically means it looks like there's just a big window over you. And you look around, and it's like being whatever kind of projection we provide, what kind of imagery we provide. It could be in a forest. It could be out in Egypt. It could be out in space, flying by a galaxy. It doesn't matter. Anything.
Don't go there. Don't say it.
It's very exciting. It allows for better instruction because instead of me saying, let me show you a picture of a galaxy and I'll tell you all about it, let's just go there and see what one really looks like. You can understand in 3 dimensions its shape, what it's made of, how it looks, how vast it is, those kinds of things. And so it's an exciting time for us. There are 2 of us that work in the planetarium, myself and Jason Dorfman, and we are very excited about using not only all the new toys, but another part that's not so well known is the new way in which we'll be providing our programming. Another not so well known part of the refurbishment project is that instead of us being in the back, hidden behind a big giant console, and kind of like Wizard of Oz, where you don't pay attention to the person behind the curtain.
Like our show.
Yes.
The desk is now in the front, and we've made it smaller, and everybody can see us. So even if we're behind the desk running the show or doing running controls, they can still see us.
Is that so you all don't goof off during the show and make faces at each other and stuff like that?
Well, possibly, but
keeping everybody in check.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
But it makes it much more interactive, and there's a real person in a planetarium running the program or giving a program. It's not just hit a play button and leave. It is not a movie house. So it makes it much better. But another part is there's a lot of the technology that we have that allows us to not be chained to the console, which is an old planetarium joke. We can be mobile, wireless, and still run the program. I could sit next to you in the audience with a microphone, wireless control, and a laser pointer and give a program. Or we could sit on the floor by the machine and pretend we're just outside, sitting out on the lawn looking at the night sky, and we can provide an entire live program right next to you, but still be able to control the equipment. So it makes it a much better environment for people that are visiting. It's much more educational. It's much more one-on-one, much more personable, and it's a lot more fun. than being stuck behind the console there.
It's such an incredible system, and you mentioned the state-of-the-art fiber optic projector and, of course, the full-dome video system that you all have as well. And we were talking right before we came on camera about the fact that everything is just so precise in there, and one of the reasons it's taken so long is because the dome is to a specified height, and I believe you referenced it to a millimeter. I mean, this was a long project, a very in-depth project. This wasn't a matter of just simply installing some equipment and coming in there.
No, the planning stages took probably a couple of months at a minimum, and years of research behind that to be able to get the right equipment for this theater, for our budget, and to make sure that we maximized every dollar that we got. We did a lot of work ourselves because we wanted to maximize the value of this theater. And we also designed the theater to be as a whole unit, instead of piecemeal, like, well, I don't care where this comes from or where this comes from, I just need these things. Everything was designed as a unit to work together. All the technology literally does communicate with each other so that it does work as a singular unit.
And no doubt, after describing this very exciting system that you have and all the wonderful parts of it, people are going to be flooding the park wanting to come down here and see it. So tell us, what are the hours of the planetarium and how do people get tickets?
Okay, the planetarium has shows at 1:30 and at 4 o'clock on Saturdays and Sundays. And we also have a 4 o'clock show Tuesday through Friday. And we don't have a morning show during the week because we have a lot of school shows to do. We're open for field trips. When we get into our summer hours, then it's the weekend hours, but every day.
Okay.
Tickets are available at our gift shop in the Nature Center on the day that it's given. And the ticket prices should be $3 per person, which is far less than most any other planetarium
Great
out
deal,
there.
sure.
Even though it's all brand new, we've heard you should charge more. No, we're gonna keep it affordable.
It's a great deal, and all that information is available at baysmountain.com.
Yes.
We just got a second left, Adam. I have to ask quickly, with all this new state-of-the-art technology in this very new, impressive planetarium, are you still going to show Snoopy flying through the night sky in his doghouse?
I'm wondering how many years ago you may have seen something like that.
Because that's one of my favorite images from the planetarium.
The giant chocolate chip cookie that you got to take a bite of was my favorite one.
Yes. Wow. That's a long time
We just dated
ago.
ourselves, didn't we? Okay.
Yes.
Well, before he goes any further, we're going to thank Adam Fans with the Bays Mountain Park Planetarium for being on the show. Adam, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful thing that you have here. Congratulations on this great project being completed.
Thank you.
Stay tuned because we have even more information about Bays Mountain Park coming up right after this.
And welcome back to your Kingsport Chamber Zone, on location from the beautiful Bays Mountain Park and Planetarium.
And there are so many exciting things going on here at Bays Mountain, Planetarium notwithstanding. Here to tell us more about it is Rob Cole, who is the coordinator for the Bays Mountain Park Association. Welcome, Rob.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Dear friend, we're so glad to have you back on the Kingsport Chamber Zone. You only thought you were getting away from us, didn't you?
It's been a while.
It has been a while. I guess
I can tell he's excited to be back, can't you? I mean,
Speaking of,
Very excited.
Speaking
Very
of excitement, there is a lot of excitement about all of the new things going on here at the park, and we're hoping, I'm sure that generates a lot of visitors here to Bays Mountain.
Well, it does. It does, and we're very pleased with the buzz the new planetarium has created, as well as some of the other things that's taken place here at the park over the past couple of years. It has resulted in added business for us, so to speak. We're seeing more schools now start to come back to us. At the planetarium is starting to getting ready to reopen rather. I know that some of the events we've been doing here have really helped boost things in our off-peak times. So we're very excited about where we're going and where we're headed with this. And again, the buzz has really helped. It's been nice. To have folks talking about Bays Mountain Park is very exciting to us.
Sure.
Well, certainly the new planetarium is very exciting. A lot of people are talking about that. But in addition to that, Bays Mountain has so many other wonderful features and attractions that more than 150,000 people who visit Bays Mountain each year enjoy. Highlight some of those for us, Rob.
We do, Bob. We're very blessed here at Bays Mountain. We're first and foremost a nature preserve, and we're blessed with what we like to call an outdoor classroom, a 3,550 acre outdoor classroom at that. We say that because learning about our environment, about our native creatures, those things that are around us is a continual, lifelong process. So we're very blessed in that regard. To that end, and complementing that, it means that we have 36 miles of trails, 19 of which now are approved for mountain biking. We have native animal habitats, and of course that includes deer, bobcats, and of course our gray wolves that everybody loves to come up and try to get to howl. So
and Laura accomplished that. As soon as she walked out there, they all started howling.
I didn't have my fur coat on or anything.
Well,
and she didn't even have to howl. They started howling. So.
No.
It's just, that's uncanny.
It is.
What can I say?
I'll show you after the show.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
It is exciting, and we do
No offense taken. Go ahead.
No offense taken, and all kidding aside, we get folks who come up and do try to get the wolves to howl. They see our naturalists get them to howl, so they try to do the same, and it often is a lot of fun. It's fun for everybody.
And you have the wolf cam. Do you have the spectator cam so that you catch these people trying to get the wolves to howl? I mean, I think that'd be pretty entertaining as well.
Coming to a video store near you.
Sweet. Very nice, very nice. Now, you did mention the fact that this is basically a big classroom, so people can come here whenever they want, or obviously during regular park hours to check things out. But you all also specifically schedule shows and events to highlight some things that people might not otherwise be aware of. Talk to us about those.
We really do. We really do. Virtually every weekend, we have nature programs that are designed to educate visitors to the park about those things you just mentioned, about our native animals, about biodiversity, about a number of different things, ecology. We're trying to reach as many with as much as we can. Obviously, we do an extreme amount with the schools. Each one of those programs is geared toward encouraging and furthering their learning, not just enhancing what they're doing in the classroom, but we want to further stoke that interest, stoke that fire in those students. It's one thing to be able to see it in a textbook. It's another thing to be able to be in an environment where you can literally see it, smell it, feel it. Those kinds of things tend to flip a switch, so to speak, with students.
Right.
Bringing it to life makes a difference. But I might also add, we're very careful to be sure we're adhering to state standards of learning. We're very careful and mindful of making sure that what we're doing is completely in line with what states require. And of course, as we know in this day and age, that's extremely important.
Right.
And you just mentioned, Rob, about all the students who come here. There are several schools that visit Bays Mountain every year. How many schools do visit Bays Mountain? And talk about some of the educational opportunities that those students receive when they come here.
Bob, we have a lot of schools that visit Bays Mountain. The exact total escapes my mind, but I will tell you that we have schools coming to us from 42 surrounding counties, and that includes up to 5 different states. So our reach is, that's not lost on us, by the way. We realize our importance to the region in terms of being a learning facility. Again, as you mentioned, they're getting a number of different things when they come here. Some of that includes the nature programs we just spoke about. Some of that includes the planetarium shows. Some of that includes some other things, such as nature hikes or conservation, preservation, and even as we are studying it now, recycling and those kinds of things. So a number of different things that we touch on here. Again, a major push for Bays Mountain Park is learning. And again, we want to stress that's for all ages. But we're very blessed, Bob. We're extremely blessed by the reach that we have. And that also includes universities. That's not just elementary, middle, and high schools that are coming to us. We also work very well with local universities.
Now, as you mentioned, you're very blessed, and one of the ways that you're very blessed are the number of donors and volunteers that you all have for the Bays Mountain Park Association. And in part because of their involvement, you're able to do all of the wonderful things that you do here at Bays Mountain. So tell us a little bit more about the association and how people can become involved or make a donation.
Yeah, we really are blessed. The Bays Mountain Park Association is essentially the membership and fundraising arm of the park, and we are continually blessed by our memberships, by folks donating, whether it's their time and talents or monies. We just continue to be blessed above and beyond. We've long been called that hidden jewel in Kingsport, and I'm not sure how true that actually is.
Well, after the broadcast, our chamber zone reaches
it
so
won't
far,
be a secret
it's
any
not going to
longer,
be a
I'm
secret any
sure.
longer.
Well, we in fact,
You're prepared for that, right?
Well, we're trying to make plans to get another parking lot built somewhere.
That's the thing, to prepare to go beyond is
Exactly.
roller
Had
coasters,
to do
right?
with us. Yeah.
We're going to capitalize on that.
Good.
That's the whole
Very
purpose
good.
of this.
That's what I
right?
like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
We are blessed. We really are blessed, and we do. Thanks to your support, we have the support of local media. I know Kingsport Times News and our local radio stations do a wonderful job of supporting us. Chamber, the KCVB, there's a number of different folks, and not just the Bays Mountain Park Association, that we have to thank for our success. We can go way back if we really wanted to and look at the vision our city leaders had in just protecting this land. So, it really is a team effort, but I'm very pleased with the team we have with the Bays Mountain Park Association and the many volunteers that truly, most of them work behind the scenes to make these things happen. You never see it, but they're there, and it means a great deal to us.
And if people want more information about Bays Mountain Park and park hours, things of that nature, where do they get it?
All people need to do is simply go to our website, and it's very easy to remember. It's just simply www.baysmountain.com. Or if you don't have a website handy, just give us a call at 423-229-9447. We'll fill in as many of the blanks for you. We'll get you involved even if you're looking to volunteer and or become a park member. Whatever information you're looking for, we'll be glad to take care of it for you.
That's great.
Well, Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park and Planetarium, thanks for hosting your Kingsport Chamber Zone today, and congratulations on all the excitement and success here at Bays Mountain with your new and very impressive planetarium.
We are extremely pleased again to have you guys, and tickled, just absolutely tickled to death to have the support we have with you guys. It's a real joy.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Rob. Good to see you.
Stay tuned. We're going to tell you how you can help go green right after this.
Enjoy the best in local entertainment every day on Charter Main Street. Find out how to feel better, how to look younger, find the best places to dine, or just enjoy the finest in high school and college sports. Just for you every day on CMS.
And welcome back to your Kingsport Chamber Zone on location from the beautiful Bays Mountain Park and new and impressive Bays Mountain Planetarium.
Now, going green should be at the forefront of everybody's mind, and I wish I could say that I was so on top of it this morning that that's the reason that I wore the green shirt, but I can't. That's just pure luck of the draw there. But it's really important for all of you all out there to be paying attention to ways that you can help make the environment more green friendly. That is in your office, that is in your home, that is anywhere that you touch. You should be trying to make it more green friendly, and that's one of the goals of your Kingsport Chambers, easy for me to say, Keep Kingsport Beautiful program, and also one of the goals of the East Tennessee Environmental Conference.
That's right. The East Tennessee Environmental Conference is just days away, and here now to tell us all about that event and how you can help to protect and preserve our environment is Jan Compton. Jan, once again, because you continue to do such a great job, is one of the co-chairs of the East Tennessee Environmental Conference. She's also the environmental coordinator for the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation. Jan, as always, it's good to see you.
Is this like your, fifth time now on the show?
Yes. She's starting to rival Stu Fisher, I think, for most frequent appearances, yes.
So.
But Jan, it's good to see you. So tell us a little bit about the East Tennessee Environmental Conference, about the event, and what you hope to accomplish with that, with your goals.
All right. Well, Bob and Laura, first of all, just thanks for having us on the show. It's very important that we can get the word out in the community, and your show is one of the best ones. I know Laura talks about her mom watching the show, so I'll have to tell Mom to watch for me.
Well, her mother will certainly be going
Need all the
green.
help we can get. Please.
Yes, this is the 8th year of the East Tennessee Environmental Conference. It's hard to believe we've charted up that many years, but it's a wonderful premier conference for our area because it promotes a balance between economic development, the environment, health, and also industry. We offer that balance to promote health in our region.
Now, one of the things that you try to do with the environmental conference is you target an audience. There is a specific person out there that you want to come attend that conference. Who is it, and what is it that you hope that they take away from it?
Okay. Well, the conference has a wide variety of topics and speakers from local speakers and also national speakers. We even have someone coming from Canada this year. So we bring a wider range of topics for a variety of people to enjoy. Everything from the individual that can come to presentations such as green cleaning, what type of household cleaners are you using, what type of waste do you have in your household, evaluating your energy conservation and things like that. But it's also for the environmental professional out there that needs to stay on the cutting edge of the environmental regulations, trying to help them to stay up with their industry. And topics that we're having for them are things like the changes in the solid waste regulations. We also have things like updating the air quality in our region, changes that are coming about with that, and also greenhouse gas reporting.
Okay.
Jan, during the past several years, several individuals and businesses, companies, industries, households have gone green, which is certainly very important. Of course, there's still great room for improvement for everybody going green, but what does going green actually mean, and what are some of the advantages of doing that just in our daily lives?
Mm-hmm. Well, Bob, I think a lot of people are realizing now that going green you get a good feeling for the environment, that you're protecting the environment, but the main thing is the bottom line, the cash. Many industries are being more competitive now because they have cut energy use or reduced their water usage. And when you're thinking of hundreds and thousands of gallons that these industries use, it's a big difference. And even the small consumers like you and I have seen a big difference in our electric bills this year.
Sure.
So I've seen several articles about that in the newspaper. And so how can we evaluate our homes? How can we market? How can these businesses market to the individual that's looking to promote companies that are doing the right thing?
And you mentioned earlier some of the people that you like to see come to the conference, but you also really focus on getting students involved. Why is that, and how do you do it?
Well, we have a great planning team that volunteers their time each year. I mean, we start from the end of the first conference and start planning for the next year. So our volunteer team, they prioritize the youth in our area. So we have partnered with Bays Mountain the last 4 or 5 years to always have an environmental program. So we rotate between the different cities in our region, and this year Kingsport, a couple of schools from the Kingsport area will be coming to see the Great Bays Mountain program that you've been talking about today. So I know they're really excited. We also have some scholarships available that we're offering for some high school and some college students this year. So we like to keep them involved with the environment and learning because they're our future generations.
Sure. So it sounds like a great conference. Tell us again, what are the dates of the conference and how can people get more information if they want to attend?
Okay, the conference dates are next Tuesday and Wednesday, March 10th and 11th, 2009, and the website is tnenvironment.com. That's tnenvironment.com.
Great.
Well, Jan Compton with the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation, thanks once again for being on Kingsport Chamber Zone, and thanks for all you're doing to protect and preserve our very precious environment. It's greatly appreciated.
Thank you
Thanks,
all.
Jan. Stay tuned. We're headed back to the planetarium right after this.
And we want to thank you for joining us on this edition of your Kingsport Chamber Zone. What a great time we've had here at the Bays Mountain Park and Planetarium. We're in the planetarium once again, and we're about to see a show, so we're going to breeze through the close here so we can go right to the stars. Absolutely. We finally have reached for the stars, right? We want to thank finally get it, 30 minutes. We're here at the stars, the mountaintop.
We need to thank our show's sponsors, Eastman Chemical Company, Eastman Credit Union, and Oak Hill Memorial Parks Funerals and Cremations.
And the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center, your law firm of Hunter, Smith & Davis. The great team here at the Bays Mountain Park and Planetarium, and of course Charter Media for producing our show.
Don't forget, for more information, news about what's happening at Bays Mountain Park and Planetarium, go to baysmountain.com.
And for all of us with your Kingsport Chamber and your Kingsport Chamber Zone, we are stargazers, Bob and Laura, reminding you to please be loyal
and buy local. Have a great week.
This is so cool.
Unlike us.
Look, Laura, there's the star that's named for me, the bright one.